This story will leave you speechless. A 14-year-old boy calmly walks into a church, calls 911, and lets them know he executed his parents. He didn't run, he just asked for prayers. Deputies in Middleburg, Florida respond to a chilling call early Monday morning. The teen, Trevor Lee, admitted he just shot his mom and dad inside their home. The victims, 44-year-old David Lee and 45-year-old Brandi Smith, a loving couple, described by neighbors as quiet, supportive, and incredibly close with their son. All right, so as always, I like to give you guys some context before we get into some of these news clippings. So apparently he was just a 14-year-old boy. From what his sister said, they got into an argument the night before. Now, I don't know what argument you can have that will want you to go into your parents' room while they're sleeping and execute them. But we also don't know his home life. So I don't want to comment. Like, this video won't be like the other videos. He's a 14-year-old kid. I don't know what was going through his mind. I don't know his home life. I will say a lot of people described his home life as very well, but as we know, we don't know what goes on behind closed doors. But let's get into some of these news clippings, and I'll give you guys my opinion after.
Say Lee was outside a church when he dialed 911 and reported himself. He stayed on the phone until deputies got to his location and took him into custody.
News4Jax reporter Eric Avanier is here in studio with us with more on this new information he obtained in this case. Eric?
Yeah, we were able to acquire a lot more information than what we had yesterday when we first reported this story. Now, we now know where in the house the parents were killed and the extent of their fatal injuries. We also found out that the 14-year-old called his aunt in California before he called 911 to turn himself in. Just one day after 44-year-old David Lee and 45-year-old Brandi Smith were found shot to death inside their Silver Oak subdivision home in Middleburg, News4Jax has learned the couple was in their bed when they were shot multiple times. Both were pronounced deceased when paramedics arrived. Investigators identified the killer as the couple's son, 14-year-old Trevor Lee. After the parents were murdered, Lee called his aunt in California. She then called Clay County 911 dispatch. What her nephew told her was redacted from the 911 recording.
They're in the house. Please, 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 please. Send help immediately. Ambulance, whatever, immediately.
The teen traveled to a nearby church parking lot and called 911. He stayed on the line until deputies arrived to take him into custody.
I'm by the road. I threw my backpack away from me. I'm stripped. I'm waiting for the police.
What do you mean you're
I have
stripped?
nothing in my pocket. I emptied my pockets and everything. There's nothing in my pockets.
While most of his conversation with the dispatcher was redacted, we hear him ask the dispatcher to pray for him.
Do you pray?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, I'll listen to you.
Well, I was going to ask if you could pray for me, ma'am. Right now.
I'll definitely be praying for you, son.
All right, so as you can see from the news clipping, he doesn't sound like he's a malicious kid. He doesn't sound like he was just out to kill his parents or anything like that. Even the way his neighbors and his sister describe him, he was a very loving kid. So we don't know what made him snap to do anything like this. And honestly, I'm super invested to finding out what it was. So I'll definitely keep you guys updated on what's going on and stuff like that as soon as the information comes out. But hearing his 911 call and him just asking her, can you pray for me? You can tell he was smart enough to understand what he did was wrong. And clearly you shouldn't be doing that. But like I said, we don't know what was going through his mind. But as always, man, let me know what you guys think below. Do you think he deserves to go to jail, be tried as an adult? Do you think there's something more to the story? Because there really always is. And as always, God bless, and I'll see you guys in the next one.